I don't know.
Sadly,
There's only 3 of us at the most, probably.
Yeah, I don't.
4. We could spread out in my house.
Yeah, I hate to do that. I don't know. It's very, very gracious of you. I hate to get in the habit of starting that kind of a thing.
Yeah,
and then, like,
I
when there's time
understand
off,
that.
you get into the people feel obligated and whatever. Let's see, something might come about or whatever. We got until next Tuesday. If I can think of a nice public spot or something like that, that's just super kind of you, and I get it. And I thought the same thing about my own living room, but I was like, you know, I don't know. We'll see. But we're gonna yoga.
Or okay.
So off we go. Thank you for being here. Breathe deep through the nose. This 3rd of June already, unbelievable. Let's pull the belly in deep. Send the arms out long into our extended child's pose. Maybe rotate the inner elbows toward one another. Nice back stretch before we get rolling too much. Let's keep the left arm out and tuck our right shoulder under and thread a needle. Drop there. And if you rotate your palm down, or up rather, and your knuckles down and push, you'll rotate the shoulder more up. Then maybe you can lift the left arm high. Good morning. Arm could come around. You could tuck it behind the back.
Are we half done?
You've missed all the good stuff, the dancing girls and free cupcakes are
I'm
gone.
always late for that.
Arm untucks, let's send it back out, extend our child's pose. Walk the fingers forward then when you're done. And let's go to the other side. Left arm, shoulder tucked underneath. Rotate the shoulder high, this time left knuckles down, right arm reaches up. And release back to forward. Both arms extend, let's come up on our spidery fingers. Elbows are lifted, shoulders are lifted. Then drop your head in between them. Come right onto your hairline. But keep your elbows lifted and stay up on those spider fingers. Now push into each fingertip. Push down with the shoulders. Now maybe drop the left shoulder further than the right. And roll the other one down, right shoulder further down than the left. Back to neutral, palms flat. Untuck the head if that felt somewhat unnatural. Let's go onto all fours. Get our knees under our hips. Onto the tops of the feet, so the feet are just relaxed. Spread through all 10 fingers. Arch up, cat, inhale. Exhale through the full exhale through to cow, so it's slow. A few more like that at your pace. And exhale. Exaggerate. Draw the belly way in. Relax the feet. They're not invited to this cat-cow party. And we'll end with a neutral spine. And now we're going to curve to the right. Look over your right shoulder and curve your right shoulder to your right hip. Flow through on a next breath to the other side. Squeeze and then alternately stretch the other side. You might feel a little tight squeeze through that inside curve, but it's a good thing. Squeezing out your internals. Flow with your breath, your pace. Always good to get a good kidney squeeze before the weekend. Wring out the liver. And end with a neutral spine here in the middle. Let's come on to our forearms. Palms are flat. Let's send the right leg out in the back. Push out through the heel. As straight as that leg will go, just gently rotate the ankle here. And the other direction. Now palms are flat. Tuck your left toes under. Push your arms straight, three-legged dog, right leg high. Extend fully through the up leg. Sink down more with the down one. And let's send the leg over to the right, straight out to the side. Breathe. Inhale up over to the left. Look under your left armpit at that leg. Lift it high. Inhale. Exhale, set the knee down. Left knee meets it, all fours. Hold here, breathe for just a second. Get everything into alignment, knees under hips, toes tucked under. And left leg extends out back. Let's drop onto our elbows, onto the forearms, spread through the palms. And rotate this ankle. Be sure to relax the face here. Other direction with your ankle rotation if you've not gone there. Be sure to look left to right a couple times. Neck sometimes gets bothered in these all foursy positions. And straight down the middle, tuck the right toes, palms are flat. Press the right leg straight and the arms straight. Come into that three-legged dog. Extend fully through the leg, way up high. Sink way down through the right heel, long right leg. Left leg to the left, all the way. Breathe. And leg crosses. Look over under your armpit or over your shoulder at the leg out there to the right. Inhale, send it straight up high. Exhale, set it down to downward facing dog. You might need to tighten this up, walk the hands a bit closer to the feet. Bend a knee and the other. Both legs straighten. Let's do some reverse salutations today. So emphasis on the arms. Walk the hands back to the legs, to the feet. Fold here. We're at the rear of the mat. Soft bend in knees. And we'll begin. Inhale, slow, round on up. We've been down for a while. Reach the arms overhead and bow through the center. Release the arms down, hands to ground. Walk the hands out to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog. Feet stay right where they are as we walk our hands to greet them. Inhale, lift up. Mountain, arms overhead. Exhale, dive through. Half lift, let's do a monkey here. And fold, hands walk out, top of the push-up. Plank pose, inhale. Exhale, lower. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog. Hands to feet. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dive through. Half lift, a monkey pose. Exhale, fold, out to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Hands back into feet. If you want a little more, lift the right, ouch,
Yes.
leg.
Those things are dangerous.
Those little nails on there.
Yeah, they'll fit your hangers.
Interesting.
Are you bleeding?
I'm not certain, I should be fine. Lift it high. Now walk the hands out. Thank you for your
Oh, I tried to get Zach to remove them.
So a three-legged dog here. Not bleeding, thank you. Lift it high. I wondered what those are, picture hanger. Inhale forward, one-legged plank maybe. Lower down if you can, leg lifted or lowered. Up dog, leg high or not. And three-legged dog. Walk hands into foot. And gently set this foot down. Forward bend. Inhale, roll on up. Arms overhead. Exhale, dive through. Half lift, look up. Exhale, fold. Left leg carefully lifts to the air if you choose. And walk out, three-legged dog. Inhale forward to plank with the leg lifted. Lower here.
Oh, jeez.
Up dog. And downward three-legged dog.
Where'd you invent this one?
And walk the hands to the foot. Inhale. Exhale, gently sit it down. Bow deep here, just hang loose, forward bend. Head hangs a yes and a no. Let's reach behind, find our elbows, our forearms, our wrists, and pull that grab either below thy knees or above the knees. And pull so far in that your face is at your shins and you're talking through your legs. So hang on tightly and straighten the legs as much as you are able. Pull the chest down to them. You can take a second and reset your fold a bit by hanging on, just looking down at your big toes. And then let the head curl back in. Now try and stay in that tight, just release that good grip and let the arms hang. And the chest still rests upon the knees. Now bend the knees even more, set the hands down and walk the arms out to a crouch so we roll forward onto our toes. When we get the arms all the way out, we lift the toes so the soles of the feet are perpendicular to the mat. That means straight up from. And let's spring forward to a plank. So push the legs straight as the shoulders come forward. Inhale. Exhale back to that crouch. Inhale, spring forward. Exhale, crouch. Again. Flow with the breath. Make it more about our breathing. Inhale. Exhale. This time in plank, hold it there. Let's pick up our left foot, bring it halfway up the mat and turn it sideways and roll on to the outside of our right foot. So the left foot is now maybe forward. You could have a kickstand if you wanted.
What did I do?
You just didn't bring your foot with you. So the left foot is forward and flat and the toes are pointing out to the left. And try and keep the hips high. But maybe the arm can reach now to meet to the center of the room. Arm reaches back overhead. Hand down, roll shoulder down to plank. Inhale, soften the elbows, exhale, let the hips go low, up dog. If you need to drop to the tops of the feet, you can do that, otherwise stay on your toes. And stay way up over this down dog, don't come into the shoulders. Try and breathe through the nose calmly. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk the feet in a bit, and we'll hold and breathe 10 breaths. Stillness in down dog. Soft elbows. Take 15 seconds or so to get your fidgets out. And then set them free and be still. See what happens with this stillness as the body settles into downward facing dog. So as you're here a little bit of time, fatigue might set into some body part. Well, you just kind of rotate things a little differently. So maybe you rotate your inner elbows more toward one another. Maybe you release the muscles of the face. Maybe you realize you've been holding that there. For the last 30 seconds, let's press further away with our heels. If this gets to be too much on your wrists, please drop to elbows. Forward to plank, bring the right foot with you, rotate it to the side. We're on the out step on our left foot and the right arm goes high this time. That right foot just serves as a bit of a kickstand. This troubles the neck, you can reach around and hold your head. Now maybe reach to the center of the room towards me with the upper arm. And reach high again. Exhale, set the hand down, rotate to plank. And let's hold a plank. Pull the belly tight. Fill the lungs. Exhale to forearms. Maybe interlace the fingers or you can have the arms out straight. Dig in with the elbows wherever you are. Keep the shoulders up. Nice straight legs. Y'all look so pretty. Strong, strong planks. With control, set the knees down, tops of the feet. Separate the hands, we'll come into Sphinx posture when you want them. No hurry, palms are flat. little back bend. Let's push the arms straight. That feels so nice to me. And lower down. Lots of arm work today. Let's throw a knot in here. So cross the elbows under the throat. Rotate the palms upward. Make sure nothing's hindering that elbow cross. We rotate palms upward. Make sure shirt or bazooms are not in the way. Let the head fall forward. Even here you might need to reset. Get up, tighten that a little, undue effort in the hands. Then let the head fall again. We'll untie and retie. Bring the other elbow in the front. Walk the arms out. Rotate the palms upward. Good stretch in shoulders, particularly if you haven't done knot in a while. It's a goodie. Drop the head in front. One more breath here. Release here. Arms alongside. We'll strengthen the back for locust pose. Palms close to the left. Glue the legs together. When you're ready, you know where you're headed. Rest the chin maybe for a moment. Get the arms lifted. Extend fully. Glue legs as you're ready. Chest, shoulders, arms, and the legs as one unit lift. Hold and breathe, but do not hold the breath. Now stay where you are, or bend a knee, find the foot. Bend a knee, find the other foot. Give a grab. And kick into the hands, upward bow. Strong bow, kick deeply, lift the feet higher. This is to be a back bend. Inhale, with control, Superman pose. Breath, reach far. We're going to go backwards out of this. So back for the feet. Kick into the hands, lift up. And the locusts. Arms stay back. Glue the legs together. Breathe. Inhale and release. Stack the forearms, rest the tops of the feet. Well done. Let's work a little more with our shoulders without working our wrists. So let's come. As we're here resting on our bellies, come onto our elbows. Grab those, you got it. Let's tuck the toes under, push the hips up, and walk the feet in a bit. So we come into a dolphin pose here from our forearms, and you can adjust this as need be. Rest your forehead to the wrists. it's uncomfortable to rest the head there, just point the nose straight down at the wrists. Keep the tail pointing upward. From the elbows, it doesn't allow us to come into a full butt-up position. We're almost in between a plank butt and a down dog butt. Inhale. Exhale, knees set down. Let's come onto our hands, lift up. We'll do a little for our backs and our bellies, so lift up to kneeling. And you can tuck the mat under for your feet if that works better. Or if you've got handy dandy extra pad, that's the way to go. Roll the shoulders back. Just lean into the hands for a moment. Just get used to being on our knees. Hands at the back. You roll one shoulder down. Just look over your shoulder at the foot. And the other side. Just twist it down a bit. Back to center, arms out to the side. Inhale. Exhale, lean back and bring the palms together. Inhale, open. Exhale, lean, but without rounding the back. We're just hinging. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Exhale, hold it here. Strengthens the quads a bit as well. And to center, left hand to the hip, right arm up and over. Let's find our right heel. Push the hips forward. Maybe rotate the left shoulder down and square up to the ceiling. Then I'm going to take my left hand and grab my head and hold it there, because that'll let me push my hips forward a little more. A little more comfortable without sacrificing much of anything. Half camel pose. And lift up to center. Hands to the heart here, kneeling mountain. Take a breath, slide the shoulders down, collect in the middle, even close the eyes. Right hand to the hip, left arm comes up and over. Look back, find the heel, push the hips forward, roll the right shoulder down. Once you're here, if you choose to, right hand could come up and over. Lean there. Breathe. So we have back bended. We need to round the other direction. So lift on up gently. Hands to the knees. Slide down to hero's pose to start. So we'll sit back and draw our knees together. Maybe create a little slot to sit between, in between our heels. Hands at the knees. Be upright. And exhale, bow forward to child's pose. So we've collected our knees, so we've got something to round over. Be drawing your forehead in a little close without hurting the neck. And find your child's pose to spend maybe 30 seconds or so, a nice okay period of time. Let the arms relax. You can turn the head to the side. Stretched the neck in one direction, be sure to even yourself out. Both arms extend. Let's tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Again, pressing way away with the arms, sinking down with heels. Interesting sometimes, even though we've done more class, if you will, and we've exercised our muscles more. Coming into this down dog is a little more restful. Our body's used to being here, energized rather than fatigued. Energy begets energy. You get it from using it and making it. Let's walk our hands to our feet and our feet to our hands in the middle of the mat here. And hang loose into a forward bend. Slow, we'll round up to standing mountain. Look down the midline for a moment. Thumbs in at the chest, roll the shoulders down, lift the toes. So a little for balance. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Roll the shoulders open. Find that one focal point that's forward, maybe the front seam of your mat or in front of that. We're going to pick up our right foot and set it just a little bit in front of the left. Soften the knee. Roll the weight to the foot and extend the left leg out in the back. Airplane pose with a chest expansion. You don't dig having the arms back there, you can put them out to the side. Try and keep the arms off the chest, or rather the back. Keep the chest open. Don't lock the knee. You don't lock knees in here. Inhale back to center. We're going to set this foot right behind the right one, so your toes touch the heel. Feet on one straight line. Square the shoulders forward. Perhaps one is rolled open more. Open shoulders here, chest expansion, breathe in. And bow forward. So all this time, you're pulling your knuckles away from you back there. Make those arms long. Bow deeply. Feet on that one straight line does create the balance challenge. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms down. Soften the knees as much as you need to get the hands to the ground. You might have them there already. You might need to bend the knees a lot. And then walk forward into a tripod so we lift the left leg again. Let's keep the right hand down and place the left hand at your hip and keep the shoulder down for now. So the elbow points straight down, out to the side, to the left. Now push with the right hand and use that to open the shoulder. You might even come up on your spidery right fingers. We've got a bit of a half moon happening here. Unclench your down toes if you can. Bring your gaze wherever it needs to be for your safety and comfort. And then lift the left arm high. Both hands down, we find that tripod stance. Inhale. Exhale, set the foot to the back. The right foot meets it, downward facing dog. Big toes together. Press away with the hands. Bend the right knee, keep the left leg straight. So the effort goes off of your right leg, your right ankle. It takes a breather. Both legs straighten. Hands to feet, feet to hands. We walk to the center of the mat and fold over to a forward bend. Slowly roll to standing. I think you're catching on. Coming to a mountain pose. Maybe gaze straight down for a moment so we don't see stars because we have been down. Ungrip toes. Find the hands behind the back. There's that chest expansion. Left foot comes a bit more forward. And we bow forward, lifting the right leg out back. Find your focal point. Get it if you've not got it yet. Keeping a soft bend in that knee, just ever so soft, will help prevent locking. And release the arms down. Let's come into a tripod from here. Lift the leg high. We have this one slightly differently. Lift the leg high for a moment, inhale. Exhale, set the foot down right behind so toes are behind the heel. From here, let's put our hands to the hips and lift up to a flat back and push your hips away. Inhale. Exhale, fold deeply here. We're on that one tightrope line, straight line from our front toe to our back heel. Slightly different muscles having to use here to keep the balance. Doesn't look like it's a tough thing to balance in, but it's not super easy. And hands release down again. Find that tripod, send the weight to the left foot. Right hand to the hip. Right leg extends straight out back. The elbows straight out to the right for a moment. Flex or point the toes, choose some activity. And now roll up into that half moon so the right shoulder opens high. Rotate your right instep to the ground and then maybe the right arm lifts to the ceiling. Exhale, set the hand down, square up here. And we'll set the right foot out back, hands a little further forward, downward facing dog. Press out through the right heel, bend the left knee a bit. Both legs straighten. Walk the hands back to the feet. And let's separate our feet a bit and come into a nice squat here. But right in between your feet. And shift the weight forward as back as you need to. Get settled, get upright. Maybe the hands come in between. Elbows push outward at the knees. And the longer you're here, you settle in more. You can open up a little bit more. Lift the toes, perhaps. If you want to try a bind here, dig in with your right arm, reach around. Left arm comes up and over. And find the hands behind the back. Once you've got that, squeeze inward, roll left shoulder open. Soft faces, right? And untuck this, we'll come back to center. Squatting mountain pose. If you want to try the other side, I got even. Reach around. Back to center. One last arm balance if you want to try for crow pose. Come up on the toes. Palms go flat. And we've been settled in a long time now, so you're really in a good position to get your knees up on your triceps. So create that shelf with your elbow. Bend them, then shift the weight forward. weight comes into one foot maybe then the other, or both lift. And gently sit down. And let send the legs straight out in front. We'll come to seated. Legs extend out. Reach high here. Inhale. Exhale, bow forward. Seated forward fold. And the hands might not reach all the way to the feet. We've done a lot of leg work today, so if they were gonna, today would probably be the day. We're probably warm in the legs. Let's get a flat back and reset this wherever it is. Inhale. Exhale, bow. Really try and fold your chest out over your legs. Release upward. Double pigeon pose. Let's stack our right shin underneath. Left one comes on top. Flex the feet. Everybody's will be a little different. I happen to be able to get mine to a point where they're kind of parallel stacked, just like logs. Some need to be more open and some closed. Y'all look great. Get right up on top of both butt bones so they're even. Flex your feet. Creates tension, activity at the backs of the legs. Get tall here and bow forward. Whichever leg is on top, that knee is going to complain the most about coming down. The hip attached to that knee, rather.
Yeah.
The knee bows forward. Like, my knee is perfectly happy with this position. It's my hip which is complaining. Arms could be further out in front. Some like to extend them out in back. Sometimes when there's too much of a kickstand, you're not getting the stretch. Double pigeon's usually not one where people are having a hard time hunting for the stretch. Just do try to be sure that your butt stays down in contact with the mat. Upward. Let's try and do a little twist action while we're here. Hands to the heart. And we're going to twist over towards that knee that's on top. So left, left, good. Now, try and tuck the elbow outside of it. You could open that arm out too, because it helps you with a little bit more leverage. But if you can, bring the hands to the heart. Push there, really open the top shoulder. Again, arm can definitely extend. You can also just hang on to that knee. And hanging on to that knee might just look something like this. Hand to knee, other hand behind you, just ye old generic seated twist. Inhale wherever you are. Exhale, release to center. Just rotate palms up, settle into this non-effortful double pigeon. And let's swap the legs out. Other one comes on top. Flex the feet, try and get that same kind of order to the legs.
Yeah.
Sit tall and bow forward. Dropping both shoulders at the same time on the same level. Flat back as you can make happen. walk the hands in. And so we work with a twist here. So again, hand could grab knee, other hand behind. You could tuck the extended arm inside. Our hands to the heart, and then we dig in with the left elbow. Palms together, twist upward, look over the right shoulder. Don't forget to flex the feet. And release back to center. Rebounding, opening the legs up into a kite posture. So we take the effort off of our bony ankles into the ground, no extra pressure. Rest the hands, just sit upright. With the shoulders relaxed, maybe the head falls to the center for a moment. Drop an ear down. Be attentive to our necks, to the other side. Center. Stretch our inner thighs while we're here, interlacing the fingers, reach way high overhead. So we've got that nice basket of hands. Inhale, exhale, reach forward with that, and collect your feet inside of it. So once you've done that, pull yourself tall and over. Elbows come forward. There's that book, right? You could open your foot book and put your head inside of it. But taking time while here to be sure to do it with a flat back, so we're really trying to fold more like a blanket out over our legs. And you want to try the tortoise options. Palms could come flat underneath. Full tortoise walks the arms around so that the palms are flat behind. Again, that very much straight jacket kind of position, so be careful. And untangle anything you've tangled. And let's lift and come to backs. Knees to chest. And just let yourself settle here. Settle onto the back. Take a few breaths. Soften in the face, soften the shoulders. Let's extend the legs upward. We'll cross at the ankles, reach up for the feet, reclined cross-legged pose. So we tuck the feet under, let the knees fall forward, relax the arms, nice restorative posture. Untie, we'll recross the other ankle in the front. Feet underneath, reclined cross-legged pose, other leg on top. Be sure the shoulders are tightly tucked comfortably. We're at a point in class we don't want any yucky pressure points, no hot spots. Legs extend upward. Let's just let the legs open, come into a reclined straddle posture. And let the weight roll down onto the hips, onto the tailbone. Arms can just relax alongside, or if you want a bit more, you could place the hands at the inner thighs. Help that opening happen. Don't stress so much about how straight the legs are. Don't stress about a thing, as a matter of fact. Let your nice, slow, intentional breathing return. And slowly inhale, bring the legs back together up top. Once we do that, let's cross the left knee over the right so that the knee is closer to you. Scissor posture. Reach out for the feet. Pull the knees to the chest and allow the feet to open to the side so that maybe one day the shins are on one straight line and we've pulled our knee all the way underneath our chin. You can choose to do one of two things. You can rock up off of your hips or you can pin them down. It depends on where your hips are tight. Today I'm all knees up under my chin. It feels better to squeeze in. Big breaths as we release the last bit of hip tension on this side, or a last bit at least. Soften and set that free. Straighten the legs on out and recross them, scissor stretch with the other knee closer to you. Reach out for feet. Settle to the back and pull downward. Even your two sides might feel different. Full exhales help release that tension in your hip, in your butt cheek. Release legs upward, inversion. We'll send the legs straight and choose your inverted posture. Now is the time to bring the breathing down to that nice easy level of maybe just taking in what you need and maybe just sending out what you used. As always, in inversion, if you've plowed or shoulder stood, standed, make sure chin's away from the chest. Be careful of your necks. You mess your neck up, it's like that for a while. So try to not do that. Happy necks. More inverted breaths here, and be thinking where your final destination will be today for resting. Maybe it's a day where inversion is doing you justice and you want to stay there. Maybe the ankles have swollen, lots of standing, walking, and it's good to keep the feet above the heart. Or maybe we roll the hips back down. Send the legs out straight, flat and still, or otherwise. Put every last body part in place and fidget a time or two, maybe an extra one. And then once we've settled, we'll be completely still. Focus only on our breathing and completely relax.